Happy mid-morning, guys. Okay, something to pay attention to, but I want to get this out before the fearmongers go crazy on the internet because it's already starting a little bit, and I know you're going to start seeing the stuff from some of these channels, and I want to get this out. There is something going on in China that, seriously, politically, and it's too early to tell what's going on. There were reports apparently overnight that there was a coup and that Xi Jinping was put under house arrest. When I'm going to go for what's really going on, at least for what we're going to find in the West from China, the person I'm going to look to first every time is Gordon Chang, because if there's anybody that knows China better in the U.S., he's the one. All right. So, like I said, overnight there were coup comments. Now, something is getting interesting in China, certainly politically. Overnight, 59% of flights were canceled. That's now, remember, we're talking communist country. The government runs everything. Okay. Now, I don't have the specifics on if it was from Shanghai to Beijing or if it was from Beijing to Boston. I have no idea which way there were. But the news reports are coming out that 59% of the flights were canceled. What you've also got going out is yesterday, 6 of 7 Chinese officials who were plotting against Xi Jinping were found out and sentenced to death. Okay, so apparently there was some sort of talk about it, at least. Now, where it goes right now, as of 9:45 in the morning on Saturday, we don't know. But this definitely bears watching, paying attention to today, because obviously China is in complete turmoil. Let's not even talk about all the lockdowns with COVID and everything like that have been going on. But then you talk about the war with India that they've got going on that nobody ever talks about, but there's actually fighting going on the northern part of India, western part of China. And that's been going on for a while, but nobody pays attention to it. Just saying. But you're talking about severe power issues. You're talking about severe food issues. Then there's also, get this one, there's a convoy of military vehicles that's roughly 80 kilometers long. Don't you think about that? That's 30 miles. There's somewhere about that. Going between Beijing and Zhangjiakou City. Now, why you'd have 20 miles worth of military vehicles moving, I don't know. But I'll link a couple of these stories below so you can realize. This is coming out. India Today had a article 3 hours ago entitled "Xi Jinping under house arrest in China?" ? Then there's another one, the Financial Express, saying, "Is there a power struggle within?" Something's going on. Now, trying to get news out of China, as you all know, is like pulling teeth, okay? They're not exactly forthcoming with telling the rest of the world what's going on. But dribs and drabs do come out, and you figure out what's going on. So let's all just pay attention to this throughout the weekend. Who knows what's going on? There's rumors that, like I said, Xi Jinping was put under house arrest. You have another guy who was put in as president. Can't verify that. However, like I said, I will go check out Gordon Chang first. He was talking about this overnight. Okay, he had a tweet that was put out late last night. I'll just read this. The video of military vehicles moving to Beijing comes immediately after the grounding of 59% of the flights in the country and the jailings of senior officials. There's a lot of smoke, which means there's fire somewhere inside the CCP. Okay. Again, this is Gordon Chang. However, an hour ago, he also said, the lack of news from China over the last few hours suggests coup rumors are untrue. But whatever happened inside the Chinese military during the last 3 days, evidently something unusual occurred, tells us there's turbulence inside the senior CCP leadership. All right. Now, there's probably going to be all sorts of speculation all over the place. And I guarantee you the fearmongers are going to take this like crazy as people are waking up. I mean, like I said, it's 9:45 on the East Coast, it means 6:45 on the West Coast, okay? Just look at this with a reasonable head right now. Do not freak out. Could something come? Sure, okay? As of right now, we don't know. Like I said, it's worth paying attention to it. We don't know if this has anything to do with the talk between Putin and Xi the other day. We don't know if this has anything to do with, economic issues between anywhere in the world and China. I mean, China's got its fingers in the pie everywhere. Could it be Xi Jinping is too much into this green energy stuff or whatever, and the Chinese don't want it? Or, I read something this morning, China's got 50 years worth of coal in the ground in China and 18 years worth of oil in the ground in China that they could pull. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's keep an eye on this, pay attention, and not jump to any conclusions. I guarantee there's going to be somebody out there, war with China is inevitable and all this sort of stuff. Okay, do not freak out. We aren't there yet. Could it happen? Yes. Okay. Anybody that says they know better, especially on social media, no. All right. Not that I'm going to take what the government says, certainly, but like I said, if there's anybody I'm going to follow with what's going on in China, it's Gordon Chang. He's a straight shooter and probably knows more about China than anywhere else. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open today. It was just I just came back from running into town and going to the hardware store. You'll see that video. We're talking about road trip here at lunchtime. But don't freak out over China yet, guys. It's too early to tell what's going on. I mean, the thing is this. If they didn't overthrow the government, that's bad. If they did, that's worse. Because from all reports, with military vehicles moving, and remember, the CCP is basically a military-controlled government, that means you now have militaristic people in leadership. I'm just saying, nothing's happened. Don't jump to conclusions. Pinball out.